Welcome to Core App Compatibility Private Limited e-learning program of Windows Server 2019 administration. Myself, Ilan Cherian, Chief Technical Officer at Core App Compatibility Private Limited. So this course, Windows Server administration, basically through this course, you'll gain the essential knowledge uh, for working in any production environment where you can install, configure, and administrate the Windows Server 2019 and all the older version environments. So basically, this course is designed in such a way that anyone who might be even a fresher or who might be working as a desktop engineer or a service engineer or a L1 engineer or who is working in any other domains like network domain or any professionals who can take this particular training. So through this particular training, you'll get a better understanding and better experience in the Windows Server 2019 administration. And in this course, we are going to start with Windows Server 2019 features. So comparing to the older version Windows Server 2016, so there are a few improvements and a few new features has been introduced and a few older services has been removed. So here we'll discuss about the new features in Windows Server 2019 comparing to the older version. The one important feature here is the Windows Admin Center. So basically, in the older version, Windows Server 2012 and 2016, we had a thing called a server manager. So basically, using the server manager is a console through which you can administrate or manage multiple roles under the single console. You can install and you can uh, manage the roles, but you will be able to manage the particular server, and also you can install and manage the roles on the another network server also. But this server manager, you'll have to uh, run the console or you'll have to run the server manager console which is already installed. But if you want to manage this particular system from another machine or any computer, maybe non-Windows computers, or configuring and managing from any Windows 10 PCs is not a possible. But coming to the Windows Server 2019, here they have introduced with a feature called Windows Admin Center. So where this Windows Admin Center is a locally deployed browser-based application for managing the servers, cluster, Hyper-V converged infrastructure, and even Windows 10 PCs also. So basically, it comes at no additional cost beyond the Windows license, and also it is ready to use in the production environment. So with this feature, you can remotely configure and administrate the Windows servers from any network device. And coming to the system insights. So basically, this is a new feature which is available in 2019, where it gives the improved monitoring features where it can give the locally predictive analysis capabilities, and also it is basically the capabilities of the Windows Server 2019, and these predictive capabilities each backed by a machine learning model which can locally analyze the Windows Server system data such as the performance counters and the events, providing the insights into the functioning of your servers and helping you to reduce the operational expenses associated with reactively managing the issues in the Windows Server deployments. And the other feature is a desktop experience. So basically, in Windows Server 2019, while installing the operating system, you can choose either you want the core mode installation, or you want the server with desktop experience. So based on your choice, you will get the CLI interface or the desktop environment. So basically, when you install the Windows Server 2019 with the desktop experience, you will get the full complete graphical and interface where you can install and configure all the roles and you can manage the servers. And the other feature is a server core application compatibility feature on demand. Shortly, we call it as FOD, that is a feature on demand. Basically, in a core mode, when you install your server operating system with core mode, so you'll get only the CLI interface. So where this particular mode of installation, where you can run only the limited services, not all the services. Even if you want to run any particular service or any particular application with the graphical interface, so this is the feature which helps you to run your application with graphical interface. So basically, the server core application compatibility feature on demand significantly it improves the application compatibility of the Windows Server core installation option by including a subset of binaries and components from Windows Server with the desktop experience without adding the Windows Server desktop experience graphical environment itself. And basically this is done to increase the functionality and compatibility of server core while keeping it as lean as possible. The other important feature is HTTP2 for faster and safer web applications. So basically, this is a feature which is improved coalescing of connections to deliver an uninterrupted and properly encrypted browsing experience. So comparing to the earlier version, so we have the upgraded HTTP2's server-side cipher suite negotiation for automatic mitigation of connection failure and ease of deployment, and also change out default TCP congestion provider to cubic to give you more throughput. And also we have one more new feature, that is the storage migration service. So this particular service is a new technology that makes it easier to migrate the servers to a new version of a Windows Server if you have already a file server running. So if you want to migrate the file server along with the data and the permission to another new server, so this is the feature which can give you the uh, advantage. And also it provides a graphical tool that inventories data and which is available on the existing server, and also transfers the data and the configuration to the new server, and then optionally moves the identities of the old server. Say if you have any user account which is already added in the existing server, so that too can be moved from the old server to the new server, so that the application and the users don't have to change anything. And the other important feature is Windows Defender Advanced Threat Protection. So basically, this advanced threat protection is a deep platform sensors and response actions expose memory and the kernel level attacks and respond by suppressing the malicious files and terminating the malicious process. And also we have Windows Defender ATP exploit guard. So basically, the Windows Defender ATP exploit guard is a new set of a host intrusion prevention capabilities. So the four important components, so that is included with the Windows Defender APT exploit guard. So that is the attack surface reduction and network protection and controlled folder access and exploit protection. So basically, these are all the additional components of Windows Defender exploit guard and are designed to lock down the device against a wide variety of attack vectors and block behaviors commonly used in malware attacks, while enabling you to balance the security risk and the productivity requirements. And initially understanding about the attack surface reduction. So basically, this ASR is a set of controls that enterprise can enable to prevent malware from getting on the machine by blocking the suspicious malicious files like a Word file or Excel file or any PDF file. So or even any scripts or lateral movements or ransomware behavior, and even email-based threats. And coming to the network protection. So basically, the network protection protects the endpoints against the web-based threats by blocking any outbound process on the device to untrusted host or IP addresses through the Windows Defender smart screen. And the other important component is the controlled folder access. So basically, the controlled folder access protects the sensitive data from the ransomware by blocking the untrusted processes from accessing your protected folder. And coming to the exploit protection. So basically, this exploit protection is a set of mitigations for vulnerability exploits that can be easily configured to protect your system and your application. And we have Linux shielded virtual machines. Basically, this shielded virtual machines was a feature which was introduced in Windows Server 2016, but which can protect only the Windows-based virtual machines. That is the virtual machine which is running with Windows-based guest operating system. But in earlier version, it cannot protect the Linux-based virtual machine. But here now, the shielded virtual machine protect the uh, uh, yeah, for the Linux platform also. So basically, the shielded virtual machine protect virtual machines from users of the host server, even though with a local administrative privilege. And also, the shielded virtual machine prevents the rogue admins or hackers accessing the virtual machines or virtual hard disk file and preventing the migrating virtual machine and running shutdown and reset commands. And now this can also be done with the Linux, and also that can be used as a guest operating system. And for the Linux based virtual machine also we can enable the shielded virtual machine configuration. And coming to the Linux containers on Windows, so basically it is now possible to run Windows and Linux based containers on the same container host using the same Docker daemon, and this enables you to have a heterogeneous container host environment while providing flexibility to application developers. And also we have encrypted networks. In the earlier version also we had the hypervisor feature where we can create the virtual network, but in the earlier version the virtual network cannot be encrypted. That is the data which travel through the virtual network cannot be encrypted, but here now we have the virtual network encryption which allows the encryption of virtual network traffic between the virtual machines that communicate with each other within the subnets marked as encryption enabled. And also it allows the datagram transport layer security, that is DLS, on the virtual machine subnet to encrypt the packet. And also DTLS protects the uh, eavesdropping and tampering and forgery by anyone with access to the physical network. And that's what about the new features which has been added in Windows Server 2019 comparing to the older version. And that's all for this video, and we'll discuss the remaining topics in the upcoming videos. Until then, bye bye.